Something is always happening. But when it happens, people don't always see it, or understand it, or accept it.
Azazel is a term traditionally understood to mean either as scapegoat or, in some traditions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, as the name for a fallen angel or demon. It is used 3 times in the Hebrew Bible. In older English versions such as the King James Version, the word Azazel is translated as a scapegoat. However, in most modern English Bible versions the word Azazel is represented as a name. Azazel is said to be the pagan idol Saturn, known amongst the Arabs, Persians, and Babylonians as Kaiwan. The seal of Saturn is identical to the seal of Azazel. Leviticus 16:8-10 reads, "And Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, one lot for the Lord and the other lot for Azazel. And Aaron shall present the goat on which the lot fell for the Lord, and offer it as a sin offering, while the goat designated by lot for Azazel shall be left standing alive before the Lord, to make expiation with it and to send it off to the wilderness for Azazel." Azazel is Moloch and Samael, says Mover, and we find Aaron, the brother of the great lawgiver Moses, making equal sacrifices to Jehovah and Azazel. It was this goat god who became the Hebrew Esau, the Phoenician Yusuf, the eldest of the twin sons of Isaac, the corn god. This was the scapegoat Azazel, the god of the winter season, according to Jewish theology, in which the 2 goats offered at the Feast of Atonement on the 10th of Tisri, or about the 1st of October, were dedicated, one to Yahweh and the other to Azazel. The goat offered to Yahweh was sacrificed on the altar. The goat of Azazel, the strong, Aziz, God, El, answering to Angramenu or Ahriman, the evil spirit of the Zendavesta, was let go into the wilderness, desert, carrying the son of the people on its head. The whole ceremony was apparently a survival of the rape of Proserpine by the god of the netherworld, for she was, according to Sudas, called Azizia. On the Day of Atonement the Israelites used to send a scapegoat to Azazel in the desert. It was a ceremony of propitiation of Satan. In Egypt the goat was an animal dedicated to Seth Typhon. Azazel was a fallen star or Lucifer. It was also called Azael, Atsa, or Yutza. According to the rabbinical legend, Yutza was the star angel of Egypt. Azazel, a word inaccurately rendered scapegoat in the Bible, appears to have been originally required to offer up one goat to Jehovah and another to Azazel, a name which appears to signify the strength of God. Gesnius and Wild regard Azazel as a demon belonging to the pre-Mosaic religion, but it can hardly be doubted that the 4 archdemons mentioned by the rabbins, Samael, Azazel, Asal, and Mekathiel, are personifications of the elements as energies of the deity. Samael would appear to mean the left hand of God, Azazel, his strength, Asal, his reproductive force, and Mekathiel, his retributive power. Although Azazel is now one of the Mekathiel names for a devil, it would appear to be nearly related to Al-Yutza of the Quran, one of the goddesses of whom the significant tradition exists, that once when Muhammad had read from the surah called the Star, Mithras, also known as Azazel's Cherubim-Behemoth, the disc, was at times referred to under the religious title of Sol Invictus. Azazel is the Islamic Allah. Azazel's other names include Angramenu, the Zoroastrian prince of evil; he is the Assyrian Ashur, the Egyptian Osiris; he is the Sabine Cernunnos, the Asclepios, god of healing, whose sign is the red cross. He is the Roman Saturn, the Greek Kronos, and is often equated with Satan. Azazel's cherub was known by the Persians as Mithras, the god of light. Origin confirms Mithraism was of Persian origin. The cult of Mithras was embraced by Roman legionaries, it being a contemporary religion to the early Roman Catholic Church, by whom was adopted the Mithraic sacrament. The worship of Mithras, Azazel, in subterranean chambers was done to symbolize his entrapment within the earth. In the third section of Enoch, chapters 83 to 90, Azazel is symbolized as a star which is the first to fall from heaven. Book of Enoch 86:1 And again I saw with mine eyes as I slept, and I saw the heaven above, and behold a star fell 83:3 I saw there in a vision that the heavens were lowered and disappeared and fell on the earth. 83:4 And as it fell on the earth I saw the earth that it was devoured in a great abyss, and mountains descended on mountains, and hills sank upon hills, and high trees were torn from the trunks, and fell down and sank into the abyss. Book of Enoch 10:4 And again the Lord said to Raphael, Bind Azazel hand and foot, and cast him into the darkness, and make an opening in the desert, which is in Dewdale, and cast him therein, and place upon him rough and jagged rocks, and cover him with darkness, and let him abide there forever, and cover his face that he may not see light. And on the day of the great judgment he shall be cast into the fire. Dewdale, Hebrew, cauldron of God, is the place of imprisonment for Azazel, one of the fallen angels, cohort of Samjetzer. It is described in the book of Enoch 10:4 to 7 Beth Chadur or Beth Chaduda. This Beth Chaduda or Dewdale was a definite locality near Jerusalem. A caldera is a cauldron-like volcanic feature usually formed by the collapse of land following a volcanic eruption. They are sometimes confused with volcanic craters. The word comes from Spanish caldera, and this from Latin calderia, meaning cooking pot. In some texts the English term cauldron is also used. This is the Safa caldera located about 90 miles from Jerusalem, covering an area of over 19,000 square miles. Could this be where the Star of Azazel fell and landed? Could this be the place of imprisonment for Azazel? Could this be the Dewdale, the so-called cauldron of God? For such a huge and fascinating hole in the desert, this place sure is scarce on information relating to its existence.